Hey guys, welcome to the replay. Welcome to Motivational Party version number 2. We're gonna just talk for a little bit, and then in about 30 minutes we will be putting some quotes and having some fun. Let's wait for some people to come in.
Yeah, for the money I'm a savage. Yeah, I be itching like I had it. Yeah, I'm surrounded 20 bad bitch. Yeah, but they didn't know me last year. Yeah, everyone wanna act like they important.
Hi guys.
Everyone counting on me, drop the ball. Yeah, everything custom like I'm at the bottom. Yeah, yeah.
Hey Kimberly, how are you? How is everybody doing? So, if you are here for the first time, let me know, because we did one 2 weeks ago or a week ago on Friday. It lasted 3 hours, so hopefully this one is gonna last a little longer too. If you don't know me, my name is Melissa. I do Parking Lot Confessions with Mel, but this is gonna be like my new thing because Parking Lot Confessions with Mel was too slow and not a lot of people watched it, so I'm gonna see how this one goes with Motivational Party number 2. So let's wait for people to come in.
Number old been for big brains, champagne. My life is like a ball game, but instead I'm in a trap though. Pas so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, call the hoes, get in the rolls. Top flow lifestyle.
Hi Alvin, how are you? If you're here, make sure you like this video, share it. Let's see. Hi Colby, how are you? Let's see how we can get this going. This is too slow. No, we're gonna have to put this type of music so everybody can get toned out. Hey everybody, if this is your first time, make sure you like and share this video. Let's wait for more people to drop in, guys. Hello, I don't know how to say your name. Thibodeau. Alright guys, so let's start. Let's give it like 5 more minutes so we can start. Hey Josh, how are you? Let's give 5 minutes guys so this motivational party can start. Okay, this song is not working. Let's see if this one is better. Hey Paul, how are are you guys? Let's give me about 2 minutes. We're gonna start. I'm just trying to get people in here. Today we are going to listen Dwayne Johnson, how he got motivated to be who he is. Hey Heather, how are you? How's everything, Heather? Thank you for stopping by. Now this deep house is not gonna work. I'm gonna have to find, let's see, I think it's this one. Start right now. I'm just waiting for more people to drop in. Who's ready? Motivational Party. Who's ready? Give me some likes. Whoever's ready, give me some likes. So we can start this motivational party. There you go. Heather is ready. Who else is ready? Give me some likes. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Hey Andres, what's up Andres? Hey Marquise. So let's start. Did you get that job that you wanted all along? Okay, we're gonna listen to Dwayne Johnson, okay? So remember, the thing is that what I do in this motivational party is listen to motivational speeches, and after we listen to motivational speeches, we're gonna like talk about what we felt, what we understood, if we're gonna make everything better, all right? Hey Marquise, what's up?
Competition.
Let me know if you can hear.
Count number 2.
There ain't no stopping
This pain ought to be fun. Empty gym, the way we like it. Focus. Empty gym, the way we like it. Getting ready to get out there.
Can you hear good?
Call. Now it's your turn.
This shit's getting ready to turn into a Rocky training montage.
You gotta be the hardest workers in the room. And don't fuck the opportunity up. Instead of telling you what I think you should be doing, or how you could be better, or I thought, well, let me just speak from the heart, speak from my gut, and really not have anything prepared, but just tell you what's worked for me. Maybe some of the stuff that's worked for me might work for you now, currently, presently, as you guys have your goals and ambitions, NBA championship, MVPs in this room, things like that, but then further on down the line, as you guys continue to live your life. The first thing I would just want to say is this idea and this notion that you can be anything you want, you can accomplish anything you want, right? We hear that. You've heard that from the time you were little boys. You hear that now. You're already incredibly accomplished. You can win an NBA championship, MVP of the league. You could become president. You could become governor. You could be in entertainment. You could do whatever you want to do. You guys know that. The thing that has worked for me is to remember the hard times. So, and I'm sure you guys all have your processes, and again, I'm going to tell you what's worked for me. So before a big movie comes out, before, back in the days when I was wrestling with WWE, a WrestleMania match, anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment and I'd just remind myself, all right, I was evicted when I was 14. We were kicked off the island. We couldn't live in Hawaii. Had no place to live. A lot of shit happened. Then when I moved to Nashville, I was arrested multiple times by the time I was 16 years old. Like, I remember that. If I were playing on this team, before I lace up, before I get on the court, before I play in these big games, I would remember that. And it allows me then to be present in the moment and understand, holy shit, the stuff I have around me right now, this is the shit that I dreamed of when I was a kid. I am here. I played for University of Miami, played for great teams. Warren Sapp, Ray Lewis, they were my teammates. They were balling. Warren Sapp was playing tight end that time. I was starting defensive tackle. They moved him over to D-line. And he looked at me, he's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna take your spot. I said, you ain't taking my fucking spot. He said, I'm gonna take your spot. I said, no, you ain't. We battled, and he took my spot. Now you can imagine how that fucked with me, because there goes my opportunity. He went in, switched to defensive tackle, lit the world on fire. Well, what that did, it crushed me, it crushed my dreams. I had a piss poor senior year, 0 production, no NFL, no combine invite, nothing. Finally went to the CFL. Calgary Stampeders, making $250 a week Canadian. Now, I had to send that shit home to my wife at that time. I had no money. So I remember that. When I got cut from Canada, I had $7 in my pocket. And I always tell that story. So now my production company is $7, advertising agency is $7, everything is $7. So I always remember that. What helps me is to keep the hard times in the front of my mind, because it allows me to go into these big moments that I've worked my ass off, and you guys have worked your ass off. It allows me to go into these big moments with a different perspective.
Okay, guys, so this is super important. What do you guys think about this? How do you overcome the bad moments, putting in front of you the good moments? How many of you use that strategy? Meaning that you know you've been worse, right? You've been worse, but you can always, get out of the situation. So how do you guys manage all this? Because the hard times are in front of your mind, yes, but what about if we can keep the good times in front of our minds? Doesn't that make it better? What do you guys think about that? Because that's one thing. If you can try to control your head, thinking about, okay, I was in this situation, and then you say, hey, but I was worse before, and now I'm better. I'm again bad, but I have overcome the rest of the stuff in my past life. Why wouldn't I overcome it again? If you pass one time, you can pass it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So that means you can stand up every single time that you have a situation. It's just in your head. If the hard times are in front of your mind, it's a constant reminder of what you don't want to go back to. It makes you grind more. Yes, that is true. But for example, for me, my opinion, I would prefer to keep in my head the good times. Meaning, like, before I was in the car business, my life was completely different of how I have it now. I started, from these simple jobs until my marketing company, and then I got into the car business. So I don't know. I think the one of the good ways for you to always have your head up is see that positive that you had in the past. That way you don't have like that hurt, like that reminder of bad stuff that happened to you. Only use the bad stuff to know that the past was bad and now you're good. And you can just conquer the world. Don't you guys think? Let's keep listening.
Also does for me, and again, this is what works for me. I keep my back is up against this motherfucker every day. It's against this fucking wall. It's up against this motherfucker because it's what I believe in. And when my back is against this motherfucker, then there's nowhere to go but that way. That's it. So I feel like this could be something, an ideology and mindset that could help you, if you look at it that way. For me, I need this. So every day, my back is up against this motherfucker, and this is how I operate. Now, doesn't mean you don't smile, doesn't mean you don't laugh and joke, right? You're happy, I'm a happy guy. But when it comes to business, and when it comes to executing, it's up against this. And I gotta go that way. And I don't give a fuck who is in front of me. They're not gonna stop me. I feel
Hi,
like
Chris,
for me,
how are you? Welcome.
it feels seamless. The prep is where the character's made. And I just don't mean the character I play, I mean the character in here. So for me, the prep is getting with the director, getting with the producers, getting with the writers, so in essence, it's like getting with all your coaches and your different position coaches and all the meetings that you have to have, right? So that's the work you put in. The key for me was, where does it start? What's the anchor? What's the anchor? So I could have all these ambitions and you guys have all these ambitions, which is great. It's important. I'll play this role, you'll play that role. I'll execute this thing and it'll come out this summer.
Correct.
You guys will execute this thing during the summer, right? When it's time to really put in a lot more work. But the key with me is just always finding what the anchor is. And the fucking anchor is getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day before anybody else and grounding my thought process is in the no one will outwork me.
Yep.
No one. I love and I respect you guys. You motherfuckers won't outwork me. All starts with this.
Wow, that one is really good. I like that one. That is really, really good. What do you guys think about that one? Your anchor should be something really strong that makes you or motivates you every single day. I think that one is like really strong because sometimes we wake up, right? And then we're all motivated and then we lose motivation during the day because something happened or because some coworker told you something. I believe that as long as you have a strong ambition or something strong for you to motivate yourself every single day, it's more than enough. If it's something weak, something that is not so big, that means that's not your passion. I believe that if you're gonna accomplish something, like an example of The Rock, he wants to be the best actor, he wants to be good at his workouts and all this and that, and nobody wants to outwork him. That's how we should be too, seeing it like a training. I don't know what you guys think about that. We can put the other one too. Let me just find here some thing here. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's this one. Not to be, hey Andrea, what's up?
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Whoa, that one is a good one, guys. That one is a good one. So, after that, let's get the party started. Max, you're still here. Thank you for staying. How are you, Max? good. Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching. So what do you think about cowardness, if that word exists? Are you a coward, Max? Or are you get up and fight? Yes, never be a coward. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's really true. Life is hard, right? We get hits here, hits there, hits here, hits there. So, Suli, ¿cómo estás, Sulima? So, the only thing you can do is just keep fighting and keep going in life without thinking that somebody tells you that you're not good, that you're not enough. No. You're equally created and uniquely created by God, and He knows what your purpose is. So why not just go for it, right? Yes, always stay in your ground. Let me find another one.
What's up, everybody? Colin Hayes here. I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever day of the week it is. I hope you guys are having a great day and a great week, and let's get it started. This week's episode is about failure. I have a great story to share with you guys. However, two things real quick. Number one is
live.
I'm glad to be back. I know I did a lot of interviews, about 6 weeks of interviews. I really hope you guys enjoyed those. And number two, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. Whether you're listening to iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or through the website, don't forget to subscribe. Also, go and follow us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, under @BetterYouShow. You can find us there. Feel free to like, share, comment, retweet, subscribe. Get the word out for more and more people so they can start living a better life as you have. So on to the episode. In this episode, I don't have a quote to start it out with. However, I have a story. And basically, this whole episode is just the story and the meaning behind it and how we can relate it to all of our lives. And the story is about this. I don't know if you guys have heard about this before, but it's a story about this young man. He goes to the zoo and he's looking around the zoo. He sees all the animals, the giraffes, the gorillas, the monkeys, having a great time. And then he gets to the elephants. And he notices that this exhibit looks different than all the others. This exhibit has no fences. This exhibit has nothing holding in the elephants from what he can see. So he starts to wonder. And a zookeeper walks by and he asks the zookeeper, he says, "Sir, how are these elephants staying within this area? How are they not just walking off or wandering around the zoo?" And he says, "Sir, if you can look on their back leg, you can see this small rope tied to the tree." And he says, "See, when they're young, when these are newborns, we tie this rope to the leg and to the tree, and they're not strong enough to break it." And he says, as they get older, they keep trying and keep failing. And by the time they're to this size, of this strength and the power they have, they're conditioned to believe they can't break the rope. Guys, like the elephant.
I am. Come on, I am. Come on, I am an entrepreneur. Yeah, you can clap if you want to. I am. Come on, I am. Come on, I will never search for wealth. I will procure it. For I am an entrepreneur. Listen to me. Don't say that. I am wealth. Therefore, I will not search for what I already am. I will not search for what's already inside of me. I am success. I can. I will. I must break all barriers on my way, on my journey to wealth and success. I must break all barriers. Not most.
Yeah, we're going to listen to him a little bit.
Not most. All barriers. Everything that's before. My mama, my daddy. All barriers. My past. I am the greatest that has ever done this. Not because I'm comparing myself to them, but ain't nobody like me. I am. And your problem is you hadn't got to the I am yet. You hadn't even bought into it. And what I want to do before you leave is buy into it 120%.
Hey,
that's why you follow
Rosie?
me. That's why you watch me. Because when I get up and talk, it's 120%. When I talk, you don't feel like he might not believe what he's saying. You don't listen to me in the morning when you on that treadmill because you think I kind of think I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Christine.
You are 100% clear, like, yo, E got some confidence. Like, E walking with another spirit, like, E on something different. What is he on? I woke up one day when America said I can't wear a hat and shoes, and I just had to say, I am. You trying to get information first. You reading books. You haven't convinced you that you should be doing this. You haven't convinced you that you need to put the money in so you can get where you're trying to get to. You don't believe that you are. And the very first thing the Creator said was, tell him I am.
I am. Woo! Hey, that's a good one. We are. Now everybody get all pumped now. Hey, Frankie. Who's ready for more? Give me some likes. Whoever's ready for more, give me some likes so we can hear, listen, and watch maybe Eric Thomas. There you go. Thank you for all those likes. Share if you like it. Like if you like it.
So watch this, guys. So I did my homework, right? And it says, it's the truth. It says every single day in Africa, a gazelle get up and a lion get up. In Africa, every day. This is not a story I'm making up. Like right now in Africa, in the safari, this is happening. A gazelle getting up and a lion getting up. And somebody checked me about 6 months ago, like, E.T., you always on this lion stuff. Like, you always talking about how sweet lions are. Did you know that lions sleep 20 hours a day and you telling me to be a lion? I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty sweet, bro. I'm grateful they sleep for 20 because if they was up, if they was up any longer, wouldn't nobody even be out there. So God is good. Like, you sleep for 20. They got a mean 4 hours. Them 4 they up, they getting a lot done. And them 4 hours they up. They making it happen in the 4. They don't even need 10. You gave them boys 10, they might just wipe out all of Africa. They might be in the hut getting the humans to carry it on. They like, all right, we finished with all the animals. Let's go get them now. I'm like, bet, let them sleep. And so the story says that every single day when the gazelle wakes up, it realizes that in order for it to survive, it must outrun the fastest lion or the slowest gazelle. I thought I might add that to my presentation. Like, you ain't necessarily got to beat the lion. You just beat them other gazelles. No, you missed it in the background. High school dropout, homeless, didn't meet my father until I was 30 years old. But I wake up every morning at 3 o'clock. Why? Because you just gotta get there before the genius get there. You just gotta get there before the magna cum laude and the summa cum laude get there. They ain't waking up to 8. So if you get up at 3, you ain't gotta be smarter than them. You just gotta be quicker than them. You just gotta be faster than them. You just gotta get to the spot before they get to the spots. You ain't gotta be them. You ain't got to be on their level. You don't have to be as smart. You don't have to become them. You can stay you, but you got to get there before they get there if you're going to stay you. And so the gazelle like, I got to go. And the lion knows that if it is to survive, it must catch the slowest gazelle or the weakest gazelle. Now, this is deep, y'all. This is deep. Please. If you don't get anything else I'm saying, you have to get this concept of going all in. You have to get this beast mode. You gotta get this beast. I want to show you. Let me show you. You gotta get this beast mode. You gotta embody beast mode. Everything about you has to say, I ain't playing. If it's to have, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. And I ain't leaving none of it behind. It's mine. Beast mode. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so the gazelle is running and the lion is chasing it. And the story says it doesn't make a difference if you're a gazelle or a lion. When the sun come up, you better stop running. Now watch this. This is what's deep. Although the lion is the king of the jungle, and can devour a gazelle. The gazelle ain't like, I can't beat my man, so let me just go in. So let me lay down and let my man eat me. If the lion is going to eat with his bad self, it still got to grind. And what y'all getting confused is y'all don't think they grind. Y'all think they got here chilling. Or y'all think they used to grind and when they got here, they stopped grinding. Let me tell you something. I was grinding already. And then when I saw that Tony Robbins was only 3 speakers ahead of me, you thought I was grinding at first. When I saw my man in the distance, I said I was a high school dropout. I was homeless. How I catch Tony? Tony, you better run, and you better run fast, because your boy E.T., I'm coming to get it. I'm coming to get it. I'm coming to get it.
What do you guys think about that? Who's coming to get it? Who is coming to get it? Who's gonna be in beast mode? Luis, are you gonna be in beast mode? Who is in beast mode? Comment or share or like.
Getting down here real close so I can show you what I'm doing tonight. What you want to do is just lay it on top of the record. And with just a slight bit of downward pressure,
I'm gonna try to see if next time when I do this, I can show the video. Because it's kind of hard like this. Because I'm connected to my speakers so it can sound better. But I know it becomes kind of boring if you can't see what I'm watching. Hey Hunter, welcome Hunter. Okay, let's go with more.
Most people don't reach their dream, not because of failure. Most people don't live their dream because they give up. You see, it's not the failure that stops us, but that most stop at their first failure. Those who succeed don't stop at 1 failure. They don't stop at 10 failures. They don't stop at 100, 1,000, or 1,000,000. They say, this is my goal, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it. I will learn the lessons from any failures. I will learn faster. I will work harder. I will work smarter. And I will not quit until my dream is a reality. That's the difference between success and failure. Failure makes winners stronger. Failure makes winners hungrier. But it makes most give up. It makes most feel worthless. Winners don't enjoy failure, but they would never let failure stop them. Next time you encounter failure, you got to remember every great thing on this planet is here because the Creator learned what did work, but learned more from what did not work. When we are kids, we don't stop at failure. When we first learn to ride a bike, it's failure after failure. We get knocked down time after time.
Maybe.
But we get up and push forward until we achieve our goal of riding the bike. But then,
I gotta get everybody that
and most of us get weak
to see that I'm live.
We are too soft to get back on the bike. We come up with excuses. It must not be for me. No, you just soft. No, you just lazy. Tell yourself the truth. Get back on the bike. Learn why you fail and make sure you don't fall again. Make sure you are stronger for having the lesson.
Failure is not the end of your story.
Alrighty.
It is the start of your comeback story. If failure was the end of your story, there would be no greats. Greats like Jordan, greats like Einstein, like Edison, like Oprah Winfrey. If these people stopped at failure, the world would not be filled with their greatness as it is today. Failure is nothing but a lesson to the winner. Failure is nothing but motivation to the winner. Failure is fuel. No one likes to fail. But the difference between those that win and those that lose in life is the winner decides a better meaning for their failure. They decide never again. They declare, I will be better next time. Don't let failure stop you. Let it grow you. Let it develop you. Failure is not the end. It's just the start. The start of your comeback story.
The only way you can call it a failure is if you quit. If you keep going, it's only a hurdle, one you will overcome. The only way you can fail is if you quit. Never quit. Keep pushing. You will get there in the end. Failure doesn't exist in the mind of champions. All it does is push them to a higher level. Are you a champion? Will you accept failure or keep going? Learn the lessons, apply the lessons, come out stronger than before, and keep going. Some people fear failure so much, they never even try. They never even start. Some people give up right when they're about to succeed. They were so close, but they threw in the towel. Don't let that be you.
Thomas Edison didn't fail. He found 10,000 ways that did not work. Guess what? He only needed one way that did work. Einstein said, failure is success in progress. Failure is just one more way not to do something.
Keep going and you will succeed. Keep going and you will succeed.
Failure is not the end of your story. It is the start of your comeback story.
If you use failure as fuel, you can't really fail. If you use it as motivation, you cannot be defeated in the long term. If you use it to drive you, use it to make you, it can never break you. If you never accept defeat, you can never fail. Refuse to be defeated. Refuse to be defeated. Learn the lesson. Find a new path and a different way to your goal. There's always a way.
Ready to dance.
Ay.
Fancy. Chihuahua.
Sabes que ya llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy.
Chihuahua. Vi que tu mirada ya estaba llamándome. Muéstrame el camino que yo voy.
Oh, tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso.
Oh yeah, ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo.
Okay, guys, what do you think about that? Who's gonna go for it? No failure. Let's see if I can get this higher. No failure. Life is beautiful. You can get it, you can grab it, you can take it. This is good. It's kind of weird, right? I put you to think and then I make you dance. Rosie, are you having fun?
Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, veo que eres malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave suavecito, nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas, pero para montarlo aquí tengo la pieza. Oye.
Sometimes it takes 10 years to get that 1 year that will change your life. Just keep going. Remain consistent.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put
consistent in your work ethic. Consistent in what you stand for.
I'm gonna put them.
Consistently showing up every single day.
Consistency.
Rain, hail, or shine. When everything is great and when nothing is. Keep showing up.
Keep showing up.
You said you tried and it didn't work. You said you did everything. You read the books. You put in the work, and it still didn't work. When did anyone say it only took 1 try, 2, 5, 10 tries? When did any successful person mention that you only need to give your best effort for 1 month, then you'll be successful? When did any great person mention they only gave their all for 6 months, or any period of time? When did anyone say giving up will get you closer to your goal? I'll tell you when.
Don't give up.
Never. If you think you only need to give your best for a year and then you can live the rest of your life successful,
It took me 10 years.
well, you've lost your mind. If you want to make your dream reality, you have to be consistent. Consistent is also known as every single day. It never ends. It never ends. It's every single day. When you feel like it, when you don't, when you're getting results, when you're not, when someone is watching, when they're not, when they believe in you, when they don't, when you believe in yourself, when you don't, when it all seems possible, when it all appears impossible. It's every single day. If you want a great body, it's every day. If you want to improve your finances, it's every day. If you want a great life, it's every day. Every day learning. Every day putting in the hours. Every day working harder than yesterday. Every day believing it's going to come. Every day consistent. Even when it seems there's no hope in hell, you believe one day you'll be in heaven on this earth. The quote doesn't say we become what we do sometimes. The quote doesn't say we become what we do when we feel like it. The quote doesn't say we become what we do for a short time before we eventually give up. The quote says we become what we do consistently. I become what I do consistently. And you can also say I will become what I do and what I believe every day. Day in, day out. Consistency is the key to success in life, in the gym, in your growth, in your finances, in your relationships. It is essential. You will not become great unless you are consistent. If you want a great body, it's every day. If you want to improve your finances, it's every day. If you want a great life, it's every day. Every day learn. Every day putting in the hours. Every day working harder than yesterday. Every day believing it's going to come true. Every day believing it's going to come. Every day consistent. I become what I do consistently. I will become what I do and what I believe every day. Day in, day out. Consistency is the key to success in life. You will not become great unless you are consistent.
Sometimes it takes 10 years to get that 1 year that will change your life. Just keep going. Remain consistent. Consistent in your work ethic. Consistent in what you stand for. Consistently showing up every single day.
For me, I think it took about 10 years because I've been through so much stuff you guys don't imagine. But you gotta keep working and you gotta be consistent. Trust me. For me to be this successful, for me to sell so many cars, even though I never sold a car before last year, I learned other techniques and other stuff so I can be that successful. So it all came together, you know, it all like mashed up and helped me be the person that I am today. For real, guys. If you think it's impossible, it is possible. Oh man, if I even get like a little throat thing. If I tell you what I've been through, you will say, dang, no wonder she's doing how she's doing right now. But since it's a motivational party, how about if we start with our music?
Atrévete, salte del closet, destápate, quítate el esmalte, deja de taparte, que nadie va a retratarte. Levántate, ponte hyper, préndete, sácale chispa al starter, préndete en fuego como un lighter, sacúdete el sudor como si fuera un wiper, que tú eres callejera, street fighter. Cambia esa cara de seria, esa cara de intelectual, de enciclopedia, que te voy a inyectar con la bacteria, pa' que te vuelta como machina de feria. Señorita intelectual, ya sé que tiene el área abdominal que va a explotar como fiesta patronal, que va a explotar como palestino. Yo sé que a ti te gusta el pop rock latino, pero es que el reggaetón se te mete por los intestinos, por debajo de la falda como un submarino, y te saca lo de indio taíno. Ya tú sabes.
Okay, if anybody wants to share their consistency, anybody wants to share their consistency, how do you keep yourself consistent? What is it that you do every day, I guess, every day to be consistent, to reach your goals, to focus, especially us, that we have to have a goal of 20, 30, 40, 50 cars. What do you think? What do you do to be consistent? I want to hear your experiences. Rosie, cuéntame if you're not driving. Max, Luis, tell me about it. Tell me. I just set my mind at not giving up. Good. But how do you remind yourself every day? Do you have like a little book? Max, I am asking, how do you keep yourself consistent? Yeah, you gotta prove. Tell me about how do you keep yourself consistent, Max? How do you keep yourself consistent? Meaning, like, how do you always have a mindset that you are going to gain something? So you keep yourself being motivated every day. What do you do? How do you use it? Hello, Mr. Brian. You left. You review your goals every morning? Okay. What else? Do you have like a little journal? Or do you just write them in a notebook? Or how do you keep your goals? Facebook is bugging me right now. It says your live video will be removed if you continue to broadcast music you don't have permission to use. What the heck? Oh, I like that vision board. I want to make one for myself too. I like that. Vision boards. I write stuff in a notebook and I have a list on my bathroom mirror. Ooh, Rosie, I like that one. I like that one. I like the bathroom one. And I like the vision thing. I think I should do here in my office, like something here in the board. Or not in the board, in the wall to write those stuff. I like those ideas. Let me find a new one. For real? Wow, Max, that's impressive. I like it. I like that. I really, really like that.
They said do what most do. They said don't take risks. They said most fail. They said play it safe. I said no. Then they asked how I do what most don't and have what most will never have. I didn't get this far by doing what most do. I didn't get this far by taking advice from people who can't sort out their own life.
You'll never get far in life doing what the majority do. If you want what the minority have, model what the minority do. And do it better. Do it your way. Great things come to those who give great effort. Miracles come to those who believe in miracles. The impossible can only be achieved by those who believe anything is possible. Push yourself to those heights. Think bigger. Believe bigger. Dream bigger. And work harder.
I didn't get this far without belief. Belief in me. Belief in the process. Belief in hard work. Belief in a higher power. I didn't get this far without hunger. I was born hungry. Hungry to go beyond anything I had imagined. Hungry to achieve and grow. Hungry to set an example. An example of zero limits. I didn't get this far without hard times. And the mental strength that comes from surviving those hard times. From growing through storms. Like a warrior. A relentless, unbreakable warrior. You can't kill me. There's always a place deep inside that refuses to die. A part that will not give up. A heart that will never know defeat. I've been beaten down. I've been at a breaking point. But I always come back. I'm not your average tree. I'm bamboo. You can't kill me.
It will come. Keep growing. Listen very closely. You will never get far in life by listening to people who have never been happy with their own life. Don't let unhappy people tell you how to be happy. Don't let broke people coach you on how to be rich. Never let people who have never lived fully tell you how you should live. Feed your mind with something better, and you will get better. Listen to better, and you'll get better. Learn better, and you'll do better. There's something inside of you that knows there's more to life. There's something inside of you that knows your true potential. Something inside of you knows you've got more to give. There's something inside of you that knows with zero doubt, if you continue to push yourself, one day the rewards will be
We're back, guys.
You won't get there by luck. You won't get there by cheating the system. You won't get there by taking the easy road.
All right.
Push yourself.
See you there, Max.
Believe in yourself. Do
Here?
it your
Rosie,
way. The only way.
William, Mr. Brian,
If you
Raymond.
want what most don't,
All right,
don't
guys,
do
welcome.
what most do. If you want freedom, don't settle like most do. I didn't get this far without integrity, without doing good for others, without doing what is right. Not sometimes, every time. You can either get it all by taking more than anyone, or you can get it by giving more than anyone. One way will come back to bite you in the ass. The other way will lead you to your best life. What do you choose?
What do you choose? Woohoo!
You'll never get far in life doing what the majority do. If you want what the minority have, model what the minority do. And do it better. Do it your way. Great things come to those who give great effort. Push yourself to those heights. Think bigger. Believe bigger. Dream bigger. And work harder.
Woo! That one was a good one, right? What do you think about that, Mr. Brian and Rosie? What do you think about that? Share your opinions. Hey, Mr. Michael Poro, how are you? What do you guys think about that? I don't hear you. I don't read you. Rosie, what do you think about that? Did you hear that part? We've been live for 1 hour, right? Okay, let's go live 1 more hour. 1 more hour live and then I'll get out. Okay, now let's hear somebody else.
So I got an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. You will be able to accomplish whatever you want to academically, financially, relationally, whatever.
That one, I didn't know he had songs.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Thank you, Rosie,
You
for
know, I'm
staying all
very
the
careful
time.
about who I put in front of you guys. I take this very serious. I just don't let anybody get up, you know, and speak to you guys, all right? So when we bring people in, these are
Hello,
people who I'm only bringing in the best. Without further ado, he is from Atlanta originally, went to the University of Tennessee and played football there, is a business owner now. I mean, phenomenal testimony, story, all right? So I'm not gonna steal his thunder. Please put your hands together for my guy and what I believe is gonna be #1 speaker in the world, Mr. Inky Johnson. Put your hands together, guys.
Every day I'm chasing something different. Every day the way I operate is totally different, and it's not about the product for me as much as it is about the process. And what I mean about the process saved my life. You see, my mother had me when she was 15 years old, right? Over on the east side of Atlanta, we came up in this neighborhood by the name of Kirkwood, drug dealer on every corner, gang members in the neighborhood, 2-bedroom home, 14 people, used to sleep on the floor. Got the opportunity to sleep in the bed one time out of the week. It was 6 of us in the bed, 3 at the foot, 3 at the head. And I came up with this dream pretty quick. I said, man, I want to go to the NFL because I had 8 uncles in that house, all 8 of which are still going in and out of prison. And so pretty quick, I said, man, I want to go to the NFL. And so I went to my big cousin tomorrow one night. I said, man, listen, I want to go to the NFL. And so we got to work for this thing. So the thing we're going to do every night, we're going to be patient, we're going to engage in consistent action. Every night, we're going to race light pole to light pole with no shoes. So every night we would get out in the street, race light pole to light pole. One night, a coach came down the street. He signed me and my cousins up for organized sports, right? First time being in organized sports. We get in organized sports. The thing was, after practice, everybody would leave to go home. And I always had to sit on the bench and wait on my mother because she worked that way. And so when my mother would show up in the park, it would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. So I'm sitting there, and when my mother would pull up, she drove an old Buick Regal, hubcaps off the car, seats torn up, the car was all beat up. And she would pull up in the park 10:30 at night. I would jump off the bench, I would sprint over to my mother, I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car lights? I have to do some extra drills, I have to go to the NFL, so you would never have to work another day in your life.
Wow.
And I knew my mother was tired. And every night, my mother would sit back in that car, and those car lights would hit that film, and he had a 7-year-old kid doing backpedaling drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing his dream to go to the NFL. But just beyond those car lights, I could always connect with my mother's eyes, and so it made me dig a little bit deeper. It made me push myself a little bit further. It made me work a little bit harder. It created a certain level of sweat equity in what I was doing. It created a certain level of pride in what I was doing. You know why people quit? People don't have pride in what they do. You know why people stop? They're selfish, and it's just about them. But when you have a bigger purpose to why you're doing what you're doing, and you want to honor the sacrifices that others have made for you, it's nothing for you to keep going when you hit adversity. If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point you're going to hit something that's a lot tougher than you, and it's going to make you quit because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. But when I got up to the University of Tennessee, it was simple. It was simple for me to give everything I had. My freshman year, I played special teams. My sophomore season, I broke the star lineup, had a really strong sophomore season. The summer heading into my junior year, I still remember the day where I was sitting in our film room, and I was watching film on the California Bears. My defensive backs coach, Larry Slade, came in the room. He said, Inky, I got some good news for you. I dropped the clicker. I said, what is it? He said, man, you're a projected top 30 draft pick, son. He said, all you have to do is play the next 10 football games. You're an automatic multimillionaire. I went out of the room. I called my mother and my grandmother on the three-way. I said, after this season, there will be no more struggle. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, we would never experience another Christmas where we had to stand on the side of the curb and just be grateful. And I hung it up. First football game, I went out and played great.
Wow, it gave me chills.
Shut Cal down. Second game, we're playing against Air Force. Got late in the game, fourth quarter. Guy dropped back. He threw the ball to a receiver coming down my sideline. Me and the guy, we went head on. As soon as I hit the guy, I felt as if every breath in my body left. Body went completely limp, fell to the ground, I blacked out. Never happened to me before. When my eyes opened, I'll never forget, my teammates ran over. They said, Ink, get up, let's go. I said, I can't. I said, I can't move. He said, what do you mean you can't move? You're out lockdown corner, man, we need you, let's go. I said, I know, man, but this time I can't move. I flipped my head up to the sky, I said, God. I said, surely nothing is happening in this moment that can alter my life. They got me over to the hospital, they took me back, they ran CAT scans, they brought me back into my room, and all in a 15-second time frame, the doctor came running in from the opposite side. He said, hey, get in here, we got to rush this guy back to emergency surgery, he's about to die. I said, what? He said, son, you have busted up subclavian artery in your chest, you're bleeding internally, we have to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life. When I opened my eyes from recovery, the same doctor was over me. He said, son, has some good news and some bad news for you. I said, you got some bad news for me? I had to tell him I was about to die. I'm still alive. How bad can it get? I'm still here. He said, the good news is we saved your life. I said, thank you, sir. He said, the bad news is, Ink, you have nerve damage in your right shoulder. I said, okay, cool. He said, but son, it's a strong possibility that you probably can never play the game of football again in your life. Wow. I said, no way. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but I've been working for this ever since I was 7 years old. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but you wasn't in the park with me and my mother when I was 7 years old and she was sitting in that Buick Regal. She got done working at Wendy's. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't come up in that 2-bedroom home, 14 people sleeping on the floor. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't miss those meals and stay focused and never made an excuse. I never cheated. I never cheated. Like my conscience still until this day won't let me, like I can't cheat. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, Ink, you did a good job knowing that I cheated. I can't cheat. One of the greatest pieces of advice that my mother gave me was this: son, whenever you start, you make sure you finish it. And the problem with the world today, people get involved with things, and if they don't like a certain person, if they don't like the process, if it's not what they thought it was, they quit. And what they don't understand about quitting becomes a habit that doesn't just affect you. Later on in life, when you get a wife and you get some kids or you get a family, it's going to come back to hunt you, and it will one day affect them. That is why I tell you the process is more important than the product. It's not even about the outcome for me. It's about, can you take pride in what you do as an individual, and every night when you look in the mirror, knowing that you gave everything you had to it. And we have to get to the point where we're willing to impose our will on certain things. Impose your will on it. My life totally changed. And they gave me an opportunity to stop. And most people, when you give them an opportunity to stop while they're chasing something, they take advantage of it because they feel as if, man, why did this have to happen to me? I felt as if, why not me? This is the perfect opportunity to use this to be a blessing to somebody else. And you know what? It's not even about me, to be truthful. It's not even about me. Now it's about repaying the people that invested in me and saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself. At a certain point in life, it can't just be about you. And the moment that we understand that, and every day we wake up, we understand that life is a blessing and life is a gift. And if you were to check out today, how would you want to be remembered? It's bigger than you.
That is some really inspiring speech. What are you gonna do for people to remember you if you leave this planet today? That's a tough question, guys. What do you think you can do now to have people remember you when you're not here anymore? What is like that special thing that you have that can help others if you die or when you die, just to remember you as somebody that did this and this for them? Or how do you do that? Missy, who's here? Rosie, how do you do it? Max, how do you do it? And Mr. Joe, how do you do it? How would you be remembered? That's a tough question. Guys, you're not talking too much today. I need to figure out how I can actually show two screens at the same time. I think I'm gonna download Zoom. Let's see. Zoom. Guys, talk to me, talk to me. Max, you're still here. Guys, talk to me. This is motivational.